Good afternoon. I am Latrina Jones, and we're going to be discussing motor skills today. Um, we're going to be discussing gross motor skills and fine motor skills. So, motor skills are skills that enable the movement and tasks we do on a daily basis. Fine motor skills are those that are required higher degree of control and precision in the small muscles like the hands, the fingers, um, and gross motor skills use the larger muscles in the body, uh, including a broader movement such as walking and jumping. Typically, children develop certain motor skills at specific ages. Not all of them get to the same skills or the level of skills at the same ages. It varies depending on the child. A child with motor skill impairments has trouble moving and controlling and coordinating in efficient ways. So, if a child seems to be delayed in development of fine or gross motor skills, he or she most likely will need early intervention, will need occupational therapy, will need continual assistance with the family and maybe early interventionists. I recorded a video of my grandchildren, my granddaughter's birthday party, showing that kids, in order when they're learning motor skills, whether it be gross or fine, they're basically mimicking and learning to maneuver and manipulate their bodies, and think about things that they're doing. Um, in the video, it shows the kids um, preparing food, how they've seen it done, and they're implementing it, but it's showing them how they're doing it. Also, sliding down the slide, interacting with other children, grabbing forks, mimicking slicing and cutting and cooking. All of these are different motor skills. Motor skills can be taught um, to children that have typical growth and children who have developmental delays easily. Basically, showing a child how to wave, or say hello is teaching them a motor skill. Um, you can teach children motor skills by just teaching them a simple child song like head, shoulder, knees, and toes, where you basically, have them in front of you and you're singing this song or you're playing a video with this song and they're doing the motions with it. So head, shoulder, knees, and toes, and you're pointing to each body part. The song goes on to say eyes, ears, mouth, and nose, and having them use their fingers to point at the different and do the different movements is showing them how to use their motor skills. The thing is, they don't know that they're learning, they're playing. So they're having a good time and they're learning at the same time. Um, the development of the motor skills are not always there. So some children take a little bit longer to do the motions, and you have to make adjustments for that. You want to make sure and observe that the child is getting each the mouth, the nose, the ears, the head. You want to make sure that they're understanding the gestures of what you're doing and what they're pointing to, because that's all part of the development. Um, Learning how to recognize uh, whether your child is going to need early intervention is just basic things: sitting up, crawling, um, My 8-year-old grandson, we were teaching him to lick his tongue out. 8-month-old grandson, I should say. We were teaching him to lick his tongue out where his grandfather was. But just that, licking out your tongue is a motor skill in itself, but it's also something that has to be learned. So in recognizing certain milestones that children hit, like I said, if they have a developmental delay, it will present itself, but we have to be observant. And then a lot of parents, it's very difficult to be told that your child has a delay of any kind. Um, Growing up as a child, I was born with a developmental delay, and I used to stutter, but I been taught to slow down my process. I hated public speaking, so this is huge for me to make a video. However, it's part of the class, and I push myself to do the things that I need to do. Um, but again, it can be um, visual. It can be just mental. Um, there are different things that you have to look for in developmental delays. Um, and it can be difficult, but as professionals and early interventionists, knowing the different functions and the different milestones of growth and fine motor skills, you're observant and you're better able to help the family deal with a child with a developmental delay or an impairment. Also, even just typical children the development, learning and teaching them the appropriate way to do things like putting their socks and shoes on or brushing their hair, their teeth. All of these are integrated in teaching motor skills. So enjoy the video that I recorded, and thank you very much.